hear what you're saying, but do you know what you're talking about? Hi, this is Barry Phelps with 10-Minute Torah. Day number 5 of the Torah portion, Baha'alatecha, when you raise. So let's go to the final chapter in this Torah portion, Numbers, Bamidbar, chapter number 12. Verse 1 and following says, Now Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moshe because of the Cushite woman whom he had taken, for he had taken a Cushite woman. And they said, Has Yahweh spoken only through Moshe? Has he not also spoken through us? And Yahweh heard it. There's a problem. There's a major problem here. What verse 1 says and verse 2 says are two different subjects. Verse 1 says, Miriam is upset for some reason with Moshe about this Cushite woman that he has taken. If it's really about the woman that Moshe has, why is the next issue mentioned that of authority and prophecy? Simply put, sometimes people come to us complaining about one thing, and let's be honest, sometimes we go to others complaining about one thing when it's really something else that is the issue. So first of all, let's just delve into this family squabble that these three siblings are experiencing here. The text says that the woman that Moshe has is a Cushite woman. Now, the only woman that we know for sure that Moshe had was Zipporah, who is a Midianite. A Cushite woman, the Cushites come from Ham and his descendancy. The term or the name Cush means dark-skinned. So let's just pause there for a moment. Dark-skinned. It's a fallacy for us to imagine that Moshe and Aaron, Miriam, and other main named players in the body of Israel, that they're white Europeans. Most likely they were not. Their skin tone would have been being rooted in a Chaldean lineage. At its base, that's where Abraham came from the Chaldeans. That area, he probably was more of a medium to dark olive tone skin, not white European. Then we come down to Yaakov having 4 wives, 2 of which were sisters of the same race, but there were also 2 servant women, 2 handmaidens, and we don't know what their race was. They could have been very dark-skinned, they could have been light-complected, they could have been, who knows? They were very probably not of the same race, but from some other people. Therefore, among Yaakov's 12 sons, the idea that they all had exactly the same skin tone and hair type, that may not have been the case. There may have been some different looking men among them. We have to allow for that. Mankind's skin and so forth has developed and changed over many, many generations. So the idea that all the Bible characters look exactly like ourselves, we can't really suspect that. We don't know 100% for sure what their skin tone was. All we know is that her skin tone, or Cush, means dark-skinned. It doesn't mean necessarily that Moshe and his appearance was greatly different. So the idea, as it has been presented by some scholars, that Miriam and Aaron were upset with Moshe because he married a black woman, that just scripturally and scholastically does not hold water. That's not a good argument. So I don't think this is a racist issue, as again, it has been purported to be. What the issue seems to be is that Miriam is saying, wait a minute, hasn't Yah also spoken through us? And so this is a argument about position, not necessarily, it's a complaint about position. Moshe has risen to an extreme status. He is a very, as it says here in verse number 3, he was a very humble and meek man, more than all who are on the face of the earth. Moshe was not putting on airs, as we say. He was not arrogant about his position, but rather he was a servant to Israel. Miriam, for whatever reason, chided him and was upset, evidently, that she was not being recognized at the level that she thought she should be. Maybe she didn't think she favorably compared to Moshe, but hey, he's spoken through me too. She was feeling slighted or marginalized by some means, however that occurred. The point for today, though, is this. What some people present as their problem may not be their problem. When it comes to the body of Messiah, we very easily get our feelings hurt. We very easily wear our emotions on our shoulders. We get overwrought about one thing and we vent about another. It's just a human tendency. Why do we do that? It can be a lot of factors. We can be stressed out. We can be tired. We can be angry over some minor issue, and it just boils up, and here's a big word for you, common word, bad word, triggered. Whatever we push down, whatever we sit on, whatever we fail to deal with, it not only goes down under our spiritual rug, our human rug, and there it collects dust, but it becomes pressurized. So we say something to someone, we act in a certain way towards someone, we fail in some way in someone's eyes, and there comes this big presentation, and we wonder, where did that come from? Well, there were other issues. It may have nothing to do with us, but there's some other stuff going on, and it's gotten pressurized, and out it comes. Our tendency then is to respond in kind. Someone yells at us, we yell back. Someone gets puffed up at us, we get puffed up back. Someone goes quiet on us, well, I just won't talk to them either. That's childishness. That's not maturity in the body of Messiah. What is maturity is listening and having compassion and listening some more and dealing honestly with whatever the presenting issue is, but then offering, is there something more? Is there some other issue that is at hand here? How can I help you? Where do we need to go with this? Assuring others of our forgiveness, our love, our acceptance, our apologies if necessary, working through the relationship. People are more valuable than our feelings. The body of Messiah is more important than ourselves as individuals. So we have to learn to work through, get along, forgive, resolve, and go on together because we're family. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you for those that pray for 10-Minute Torah. Pray for me, for those who have offered your support by going to remnantofisrael.com and hitting the donate button. That's very much appreciated. And we have a lot of new listeners. Thank you for checking us out, for liking and subscribing the videos. Shabbat Shalom to all of you. May Yah's presence be with you, and we will again see you next week. Until then, Shabbat Shalom.